G'day, my name's Tomo and welcome to another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups. On this episode we are talking about the valve spring compressor tool available from Minisport. So what is it and what does it do? Well, exactly as the name says, it's a valve spring compressor tool. What does it do and why do we need it? Well, if you're like me and you have a cylinder head that you need to strip completely in order to get rebuilt, we do need to be able to remove the valves and the springs out of the engine. Now, in order to do that, you need to put the valve spring compressor tool on there to be able to compress the spring enough to remove the collets to be able to get the valve and the spring out along with the valve stem seal. Now, what are the collets? The collets are what hold the valve to the spring. It is important that when you remove these, you A, don't lose them, and B, if they look damaged in any way, shape or form, replace them in conjunction with the valve. Now, this is a bit of a specialty tool. It's not something that every mechanic's gonna have because you may only pull the cylinder head off your car maybe once or twice in its lifetime. If you're doing this sort of job all the time, you're probably gonna need it in your toolbox, but it's not a necessity to have. It is a super handy tool to have, especially if you're doing stuff for yourself or you're doing a rebuild for someone else and you're doing this sort of work all the time. So it's not something that you'd probably want to keep in your toolbox, but it is fairly cheap to obtain and it's really easy to use. If you want to see me use it, make sure you check out the link in the description above. Guys, I hope you learned something. Don't forget to check out the full range at minisport.com.au and we'll see you right here on another episode of Tomo's Tune-Ups.